okay, hear me out. You've already sold over 1 billion iPhone apps. Don't you think that's enough? I mean, iPhone Touch is a runaway success.
16. Hello, I'm a Mac, and what PC's trying to say is have a great conference.
While businesses have shunned it outright, indeed, Microsoft has dug quite a big hole for themselves with Vista. And they're trying to get out of it with Windows 7. But underlying Windows 7, you have the same old technologies, DLLs, the registry, disk defragmentation. No end user should ever have to know about that. The user account control, that's the security subsystem that prevents your PC from being infested at the cost of tons of alerts. And in Windows 7, to address the alerts problem, even more complexity thrown upon the user. So that's Windows 7, same old technology as Vista. Fundamentally, it's just another version of Vista. We come out from such a different place. We love Leopard. We're really happy how it has turned out. We're proud of Leopard. And so when it became time to think about the next big cat, we decided to name it Snow Leopard, to build upon Leopard. Primary reason to use 64-bit is to take advantage of lots of memory. Because if your application runs in 32-bit mode, it has an inherent limit with the addressing space at 4 gigabytes. When you run in 64-bit, it's 16 billion gigabytes. That's the limit of your addressing space. In practice, it's unlimited. Another reason, of course, to run 64-bit is that the processor can do math faster. So certain things like FFTs will run twice as fast in 64-bit mode. So for all those reasons, we've been on a trajectory over the last few releases to enable more and more 64-bit. And Snow Leopard is a final stage where we are running all the major system applications in 64-bit mode. So, that's 64-bit. Now let's talk about multi-core. Because Moore's law has changed its form. You know, a few years ago, we were used to always increasing kind of frequency for the chips. And as the processors hit around 3 gigahertz or something like that, the expression of Moore's law became there's more and more cores. And this is a trend that we see continuing in the future. But the challenge with multi-cores is how to take advantage of them, how to program them. And the standard answer is threads, multi-threaded programming. But it's really, really hard. And it's also fairly inefficient because you never have quite the right granularity. So we have a solution for this, a new methodology that we call Grand Central Dispatch. It's built-in support for multi-core across all of Snow Leopard. It's very, very comprehensive. All the way from a language extension, low-level libraries that are super efficient, high-level libraries to make it really easy to program, integration with all the system APIs, and tools to tune your program. Amount of power that you have in cards nowadays is incredible. We're talking of over 1 teraflop in raw power. That's 1 trillion operations per second. It would have taken a whole room a few years ago to have that kind of raw power. And the standard way to use that power is to use OpenGL. That's what's used for games and graphics. But we want to move beyond that. We want to use this power for all kinds of things. And for that, we've devised the technology that we call OpenCL. The C stands for computing. It protects you as developers from exactly what card the user has. It's based on C, so there's very low learning curve. It uses sophisticated compilation techniques. to optimize, and it has numerical accuracy, which means you can use that for scientific computation. We've also decided to make it an open standard, and many companies are participating. In fact, all the top manufacturers of graphics chip are in. So that's OpenCL. So just 3 of the technologies we have in Snow Leopard, they are really important because they give us a lot of power in the platform. And this power is power for us to innovate in the OS, and it's power for you, for your applications, to gain a competitive edge. We've priced Leopard at $129, and we want all Leopard users to upgrade to Snow Leopard because Snow Leopard is a better Leopard. And so we are pricing Snow Leopard at the incredible price of a developer preview so that you can make sure that your application runs great on top of Snow Leopard. So that concludes the update on the OS and in fact on the Mac. Now I'd like to turn to Scott for the iPhone.